Good morning. Good morning. Is anybody there? Have we gone live yet? Are we live? Are we there? Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Lovely sunny day today. A little bit overcast, but I think the clouds will lift. How are you doing today? It's Friday already. A whole week in Holland, in the Nederland. What a beautiful country, eh? Smashing people. Do like the Dutch. Have you enjoyed our trip to Holland? I can't believe this is the last day. We've still got so much to do and so much to see. What do you think? About a week's a week. We could always come back here, couldn't we? Nearer Christmas. They have fantastic Christmas markets like the Germans. That might be an idea. Could do that, couldn't we? We could come back nearer Christmas and then do some really lovely, wouldn't that be lovely? Christmas market things. We could do a tour of the Christmas markets. Go to Germany, go to France, get a little flavour of this, a little flavour of that, a little bit of gingerbread. I think that would be a good idea. Making a mental note, that's what we'll do closer to Christmas. So we will come back to Holland. I won't be sad to leave today because I know I'm going back. Good morning, come on in. It's good to have your company. We're going to have a smashing morning today. I can feel it in my bones. Yes, we are. Are you smiling? I'm happy today. Really happy. Really happy. Yes, I am. I was thinking about this whole morning, every day, getting together with you, you know. And because a couple of people said, don't know how you do it, how you run a business and do that every morning. The thing is, this is like my yoga. The same as it is for you, that's what it is for me. It's a massive distraction. So every single morning, Monday to Friday, as soon as I open my eyes, whatever's going on at work, I have to focus on you. And all the time I'm thinking about you, I know I'm not thinking about work, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I've got the rest of the day to think about work, but it means that it sets me, exactly like you, it sets me on the right course in my head, you know? So when we're done here and we've had our doodle, I'll get in the car and I'll go over to work and I'll have my meetings and it'll be fine because I will have already had a brilliant morning with you. See? That's how it works for me. So if it works for me, I'm sure it works for you too. Let's have a look. Come on in, grab a seat. What's the time? 2 minutes to 10. Early to the party. Always the best thing, isn't it? Always the best thing. We're on television tomorrow. Hochanda Craft TV. Brilliant little channel. Not that little anymore. And we're on at 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock. But they're there the whole weekend for you. It's the home of crafts, hobbies and art. So, you know, if you're looking, just go, because if you're watching me on Facebook, then it'd be easy for you to find them. Hochanda.com. That's it. Hochanda.com. And they have all their live streaming on their website. So that's brilliant. Nice. And Clarity, our little company, we are on there tomorrow at 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So that's something to do over the weekend if you're not going out. If you, like me, are staying safe, happy and creative. SHAC. Let's have a look. Is it 10 o'clock yet? Nearly. So lovely Lucy's in the building with you today. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, Lucy. I'm sure she's there. She's always an early bird as well. So Lucy's in the building too. And if you have any questions or if you're looking for anything or you need any assistance, Lucy will be happy to help. Lucy's a very talented designer and she's the lady that helps me when I do my doodles here. Like today, I'll go back to the office and I'll take my picture of my windmill and my tulips and my houses and I'll hand them to her in whatever state they are. And then she will sprinkle a little bit of Clarity Magic dust and Lucy Talent on it and she will make the most glorious groovy plates and stamps. And in a little while down the road, there they will be. And we will launch them on Hochanda. And that is how it works for us. It works for them and it works for us and it's okay. So, welcome to the SHAC. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. So, we're in Holland. and I've got loads to do today, so we really need to get a wriggle on. Are you ready? Are you though? Are you? Because we really do want to look at this. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the artwork where I am. So hopefully that's where you are too. I know some of you have gone ahead, which is marvellous, absolutely brilliant. See, the whole idea of this process is to give you something to focus on. That's what this is all about, isn't it? It's about me just offering up, serving up a load of little bits and pieces in some kind of frame, and then it's over to you. And some of you spend all day working on it. And you know what? If that keeps you on an even keel and calm, then that's brilliant in my mind. Okay? And that's what this is all about. No more and no less. Bit of company. So what I did do, because obviously we're going to rock on with the houses, but I thought, first of all, I wanted to show you, because we're going to get to the end and then I won't be able to do it. So I just wanted to say, let's go back and have a look at some shading, because we've done the windmill. Let's just have a look. Say we've done the windmill. Hang on. See the windmill? Right, so we've done the windmill and we've penned it, but we didn't shade it. And with an HB pencil, you can work miracles, look, just by adding a little bit of shadow. And look at the cabling down the side. See, hang on, Barbara. Crying out loud. Right, there you go. So look at the top bit. It looks as if it's actually cable, doesn't it? Sat down on the paper. But it's not, obviously it's not. It's just what you do with a bit of shading. So what I wanted to show you was, before we go anywhere, I thought we'll just do a little bit, because that's what you'll have unless you've shaded it. And that's what I'd like to show you how to do. So if we do that first, I think that'll be great, won't it? Let's have a look. So we could do that bit first, and then we'll get over there and we'll have a look at this. And then the other thing I wanted to do was show you how to go around the corner with a cable. See here, that's a piece of cake. So that if you wanted to, say you want to make these into little plaques, like that one and that one. Maybe I don't want to put anything in the corners there, right? So you can go up and you could go straight, or if you want to, let me just show you a trick. Loads of little tricks today. Tricks and tips, because over the weekend, you've got to keep busy. You don't want to be going to Morrison's and all that jazz. Not unless you really have to. So let's give you something to do. See, so what I've done is, I've taken my 10p piece. Do you want to come around the corner? Before I stop with my cabling. Shall I go in a bit tighter? Because I know loads of you watch it on your phone. I can't believe that you do, but you do. I know you do. Let's have a look. Let's come in a bit closer. That's better, isn't it? Is that better? Come on in. Oh, I can see you sloping in around the back late. I know. It's all right though, as long as you're here. And you don't have to do it with me, do you? You don't have to do it. You just have to hang out with your coffee. You're fine right where you are. Just stick around. More will be revealed. Right, see? So you just make a curve like that. And then, as you're going round, because you're going like that, aren't you? So you do that, and you do that, and you do that. And then as you go, you just start... Hang on, wrong way. Hold on. Hold on. So if I do that, I'm going to come down the wrong side, aren't I? Oh, it's a good job we're doing it in pencil. Right, don't do that. Good job you're just watching and drinking your coffee and watching me make a Horlicks of it. Because, you see, I've got to come down that side. So I've got to line it up to the outer line. That's all right, though. That's easy enough. There you go. Just suddenly I'm going to go straight through my houses here. Andy. And also, I tell you why, I thought, hang on a minute, where's my outer line? I need an outer line. I can't just go freestyling. Right, now it works. So, done my 10p piece, but I've married it up from the outside to the outside. Of course, silly me. Right, and then you go like that. Right, and then round we go. Okay. There we are. And then off we go down the last straight here. Coming in for the, see? There you go. And that's how you get your go round. That looks nice, doesn't it? A curve like that. Looks like a proper little plaque. All right, now, shading. Should we just do a little bit of shading just to show you? Okay, so first of all, let's do the cable, and then we'll do the beads. So if you've got polychromos, this warm grey, right, this is warm grey number 2, is a fabulous sort of neutral colour. So I'll show you what I do with that. But what we're going to do is, first of all, concentrate just on the cable. You're up for this. I know I've dived straight in, but it's only because I know we've got so much to do, right? I can waffle when we're penning. Right, see? So you're going to go like that. You ready to start? Come on. So what we're going to do is pretend the light's coming down here. Sun's up there. Sun's just behind the windmill. So it's going doof like that. And because this is quite round the cable, we're just going to put a little bit of shade in there, in that corner. So the light's coming down there, shade's in there, like that, right? So we'll just do a few. HB pencil, dark around the bottom, in that bit there, the bottom part here, that's where it gets really dark, and then it gets a bit looser. See, circular motions for the shading. So next week, we're going out colouring again, aren't we? We're going to get the postcards out. You cool with that? I've got a special treat for you next week, like real special, lovely. So I'm looking forward to that week. And if you've got the postcards, brilliant. And if not, get something else to colour in and just learn the techniques. There's plenty of real good techniques next week. Right, see, so we've done that side like that. So you just see what I mean? You just get that edge there. So it's already starting to look quite dimensional, but nothing compared to what's going on up there, is it? You can see there's a definite change. Right, and then what we're going to do, so we've gone on the inside there, right? And then what we'll do is, let me just get my other glasses on, my Dame Edna's, so I can actually see. Oh, that's better. I wonder if that camera is going to be better for you. Maybe. Yeah, see? So let's have a look. If I go in, I've done that side there, right? So it's all about that lower edge, isn't it? And then it's going to get darker in there. We're up for that. Right, and then when we've done that bit there, then what we're going to do is go to the outside. We're going to hop to the outside now, beyond. And what you can do, you can use your HB pencil really, really lightly. Really, really lightly. Right, hang on. Let me just get a piece of paper I just want to, just doing that. It's quite sharp, this one, I sharpened it. Right, that'll do. And then what you're going to do is just gently along this edge. Is this an HB? Isn't it quite hard, HB? Right. See, one of the things, it's just about going really, really lightly now along the outside edge. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you because I can. Right, these pencils, so we've got these in stock now. Took a while, but we got there in the end. These are the ones for shading and colouring. And you've got all the B's. Look, you've got these are real artist quality, Faber-Castell. But you see, the HB is like the middle of the road. And the reason that I always say we'll go to the HB is because everybody's got an HB at home. It's what standard, bog standard. But for drawing, you see B for black, you've got 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B, real soft, soft, soft. So 7B, 8B, these are really, really soft. And then you've got H for hard and 2 for very hard, right, 2H. So what I'm saying is that if I was to take, for example, let me take 3B or 4B. What have I got here? 4B. and take my pencil. So this is HB, right? This is 4B. So when you go to shade, right, this is, again, it's very sharp because it's brand new, but when you go to shade, it's really soft and black, and it's much, much easier to get a really good shadow, and also it smears a lot better. So there are pencils available if you want to sort of pursue this colouring, this doodling. It's there for you, right? But we're sticking with the HB just because we're getting good at this now, and we can add the shadow like this. Right, so you're going to go down this side a little bit with your HB or your 6B or your 4B or your 3B, right? So we go down on that side there, and then, because that'll make it pop more, because you're going round the back now, see? Right, okay. And then gently, little circular motions coming away. But this is where this other pencil comes. I know loads of you have got these now. Right, this is number 2. This is great because it softens. It darkens the outside, but it doesn't, look, see how it changes the colour? And it also distributes the HB. It distributes the lead a bit, look. And you see how I'm getting a little bit of patchiness because I didn't put any grey in there. So you do a little bit here and a little bit there. That looks really cool too. Then you just don't press so hard. So that's how you get that lovely 3D effect. And then on the inside where the light's hitting it, I just went in with the grey pencil. See, and then you just, around the outside, you just go like that, right? And you'll see it looks like cord because you get that kind of round shadow, right, as if it's lying on the deck. See? It's cool, really cool. Okay, so you get that, like that, like scallop. So it looks as if it's lying on the ground. Let's see if I can show you up close. Oh, no, not that one. Right, see if you can see. Let's have a look. Let me just get my bearings. Right, okay, so you see how you get that grey effect? It's really nice, really good. Okay, and then you can just take your pencil, and if you overcook it, it's hard to overcook it with that soft grey though, to be honest. If you overcook it, you just go in and take out that outside edge with your rubber, with your eraser. See? So you can always take it away, which is brilliant. So that's how you get a shadow. And then when you've absolutely finished, hang on, when you've absolutely finished what you think, you've done all your shading, then you take your HB again and you go in from that point. Let me see if this is better for you. Yeah. From the point where we went the real dark, this bit here, then you just gently feather out and it looks like rope. That's when you put the rope, the fibres in, right? You just go in like that. You don't need loads. Just really makes it look like rope, and it adds another layer of depth. See? That's how you make it look like rope. So, there you go. That'll keep you busy over the weekend, hey? And here's the good news. It's not even 1:15 yet. See? Getting a bit of a wriggle on today. Right, time for a break. Time for a cup of tea. Come on. It's like a proper workout, this, isn't it? It's all right, though. So now you know, so when we do this, you see, because a lot of people join the party and then they think they missed the bit about the shading, because that's what brings our doodles to life, is the pencil work afterwards, isn't it? Whoa, not on my masterpiece though. Did you see that dribble? Not on my masterpiece. Now that would really, really do me in if that happened. Dribbling on my work. I mean, now that really wouldn't do my head in. Cool. I nearly did. Golden rule at our place: you don't put any liquid near the work. But I can't not have a cup of tea and do this. Straight on my windmill, I would have been spitting feathers. Right. Okay. Nearly. Right, so she moves to the side to drink her tea now. Yorkshire, the best brew in the world. How you doing? All right? I've got some boxes to tick, you see. So this is why I wanted to make sure that we do it in the right order. Because I said yesterday, you're going to finish the houses. Do you remember we did those beautiful row houses? I know. Look, several of you rang up and asked where we get these from. So I said to Dave, if we go back to Leiden, I know the name of the shop. It was like Camille. It was Dilly Camille. Look, there you go. Dilly Camille. So dill and chamomile. I'm sure that means. Look, they weren't expensive. Not even €10 each, right? Dill and Camille. They're a chain of really nice gift shops. They're in Amsterdam and Leiden, all over the place. I looked them up because I thought maybe we could get them online, but you can't. Otherwise, I'd have told you where you can get them. However, that's where I got them, Dilly and Camille. I like that, Dilly and Camille. Right, so that's what we used, wasn't it, for our inspiration, were these lovely tea lights. So I drew mine. Did you draw yours? And then I thought, I know they're going to want to draw a clog. I know that. And then I thought, but the thing is, I think a clog might not really fit in here. Where are you going to put a clog? You can put a little dinky clog outside the door. But I mean, in the end, I mean, if we put a clog in the corner there, it'd kill it really, wouldn't it? Look, you've got all this beauty and then you've got a great big wooden clog in the corner. And I know it's all very stereotypically Dutch. But I thought, I know what we can do. We'll make a compromise. We'll learn how to doodle a clog, because it's not that hard, okay? So we'll doodle a clog, and then we'll put it in one of our buttons. So that's why I thought rather than put a clog in the corner, we could put a lovely plaque or a disc or a button in the corner, and then we could put a clog in there. How about that? Compromise. It's all about compromise. Okay, but first of all, before we pen this, if you look at that, it's like a little street scene, isn't it? So if you look at that, what would you expect to see? I know what I would expect to see. Carrots. Do you like carrots? Do you like carrots? We're going to learn how to draw little carrot people because it looks really cool and it's dead easy, real easy. Because it's like, you know, Lowry, great painter, Salford, and the Little Matchstick Men, beautiful, superb work. Have you seen that film? Cool, his mother was, she was hard work. Let me show you these little people. Look, they're tiny, tiny, and it doesn't matter. You know, it's the impression. That's what it is. It's the impression of people. And what I want to do is I want us to look at how to make these little people. See? And we can't really pen the big buildings until we've put the people in because they're obviously standing in front. The good news is, if you've already penned your houses, that's fine, don't matter. If you've penned your houses, then all you've got to do is make the pavement a little bit wider and bring them down a little bit. Because this is actually, I think this is a canal, but, you know, the jury's out on that. I could also bring some tulips in here. I could make put a barge, put a little boat in there. Because that is the reality of it. That would be water, you know, in most places. Or maybe it'd be cobbles. Or it would be trees, you know. But either way, I thought it'd be really cool today to learn how to draw little people. You up for that? Are you up for that? It's dead easy. So let's have a look. First thing we're going to do is get a piece of paper. We're not going straight to our masterpiece. I'm going to draw some carrots. Okay. I'm looking forward to doing this one, like proper. Let me have a look. Carrot people. Here we go. Let's do them on a bit of paper first. Let's practice them. Shall we? Are you ready for this? It's only a bit of scrap and a pencil. Remember? That's all it is. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. No stress. No stress. This is fun. All right? This is fun. This is you finding out how to draw carrot people. So let's have a look. Let's just draw a carrot. That right? Where are we? You got a carrot? Let's just draw a carrot like that. It's that sort of shape, isn't it? The bigger they are, the worse they look. But we'll go big so that you get the idea. Right, so we've got the carrot. Then we're going to give the carrot a head. This is like the birds on the wire. Give the carrot a head. There you go, it really looks like a bloke. He's got quite big shoulders. Right, now, give him some arms. It's all right. He's carrying the shopping. Look. He's got, oh no, he's going to work. He's got a briefcase. There you go. He's going to work. Right, feet. That'll do. Feet. These are called perspectives. There you go. It's just an impression, look. If you want to do another foot, there he is. There you go. Carrot man. There you go. Now, we can bring him in a little bit. If you don't want him to be so fat, make a carrot that's not so fat. Do you see what I'm getting at? It's all it is about that triangle. Let's do another one. Let's do a shorter one. Yeah? Right, you got your carrot again. How are you doing? Come on, this is fun. This is fun. You'll get lost for hours making these little carrot figures because then you want to put a dress on them. It's just a lovely thing to do. Right, so give him a head again. Bit of a, has he got big shoulders? Is he? Right, what am I using here? HB, right? So now, legs. Just give him his little feet. There he's walking, see? He's got hands. So his hands are going to be about there. Actually, let's make him bend his arm. Advanced class now. Make him a bit thinner. And make this carrot's a little bit thinner. There you go. Boom. And then maybe his arm's going to be there, like that. There you go. That looks more like it. How's he looking? See, when you do a shadow, now we've got the sort of the rough idea of the shape, haven't we? Let's see if we can make him go the other way. Let's bend him a bit. Should we have another go? Come on. There we go. Look, we've got a family of 3 here. We've got mum, dad, and son. This is so good. Right, let's try 3. A family of 3. Right, ready? So we're going to go, right, first carrot, like that. 1. Next carrot, a bit smaller. It's the mother. And then the son, he's tiny. Well, not that small, but he's standing in front as well. There you go. So he's in front. Right, you ready? So there you go, sketchy carrots. You've got to start somewhere, haven't you? And you might as well start with a carrot. I mean, you may be really good at drawing people. I'm rubbish at it. So this carrot solution is perfect for me. Right, there you go. Let's give them all a head. The heads are all about much of a muchness, aren't they? Right, so we've got 3 carrots and 3 heads. Yeah? So he's holding her hand. She's holding his hand. They're all holding hands, in fact. There you go. So they're all holding hands. Right, and as far as the feet go, see, when it gets down to the feet, you just sort of split it open. See? You can go, if you like, right, if you really feel the need to have legs, then you can go, see that one there goes that way, and you can put the foot at that end. And this one here goes that way, and you can put the foot there straight away, provided that the feet are pointing in the right direction so she doesn't look like she's... See? But even that, look. So that one there comes like that, and there's your foot, there's the bottom of her foot, and then that one probably just stay like that. Bingo. So she's walking, and she's definitely walking towards me now, isn't she? Do you like? It's good, isn't it? Is the sound all right? Just realised I've been waffling away, doing all my carrot art. Sounds good, according to Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. So now we've got three, or we'll give him another arm as well because he's missing an arm. There you go. There you go. So he's got an arm as well. You could put a dog on there if you're feeling really adventurous. And the old man, the dad's got another, he's got a hand as well. So there you go. So now they come in this direction this time. So I think what we'll do is we'll have the dad's hair. Let's put a little bit of shadow on this. So let's get a bit of a sketch going. Right, so there's his hair. And then we'll put a bit of shadow down that side of the body. Okay, so the carrot needs shading on that side. When it comes to the feet, don't worry about it. Don't lose any sleep about that bit. It's not important. Right, and then she, I think, will have her looking at him. So now we're going to put the hair on that side. And she's got a bit of a bob. Right, there you go. So she's definitely the wifey. Right, and then, so she's looking at him over her shoulder. You see? And she's looking up. Right, you've got to use your imagination. And then a little bit of shadow. We could give her a dress in a minute, watch. So now the lad, he's looking up at his mum. So we'll make his hair flick towards the mum. And then you know that if the head's flicking that way, unless he needs his, yeah, there you go. So his head is like that. He's looking that way at her now. I've just given him a right big ear. There you go. See? So then more shading on that side, or on a bit down there actually. Look, skew, great, isn't it? There you go. Happy family. So we want to put a dress on her instead. So what sort of dress do you want to give her? He looks great. He's got jeans on, look. He's fine. He's fine. She needs a, she's all right as well, actually. You could give her a long dress. You could just sort of, look, watch. You could do that, couldn't you? And then she's got a long dress on. Or, see, as soon as you take that bit out, see, she's got a dress now. Piece of cake. But we can make it a shorter dress. So if that's, go back to the carrot again. Go back to the carrot. And now we're just going to make it, stop it there. Look, boom. And there's her legs. Oh, hey! So now she's got a nice little dress on. Little French number. There you go. There's her legs, there's her face. And we've got the family. Let's have a look. You're going to have so much fun doing this. You've probably already done this before. Isn't that so cool? And then, you see, when you've done that, then what you want to do is decide where the shadow is. So, for example, you want to cast a bit of a shadow, you see? So, for example, if they're looking that way, the sun's coming that way, I'm going to put a bit of shadow there. There you go. Or with an HB pencil. So we put a little bit of shadow underneath them to ground. They need to be anchored, otherwise they're just levitating, aren't they? See? So there's his shadow. Is that a shadow? It's his shadow. You like? I like. So I was thinking, right, how's that? Should we stop for a minute? Stretch the neck. And now we've drawn some carrots with heads. But often you want to put people in and it's difficult to know because you don't want all the detail, do you? It's not that. It's just it's the impression of a person that you're after. So I think the carrot is a really good starting place for me. Yeah. So let's have a look. I wonder what yours look like. I would love to know what yours look like. And now, how about we transfer a couple of these into our picture? Shall we give it a go? Because now they've got to go to miniature, haven't they? They want to go tiny. See, if we could put them in there. Let's have a look. So you could put them in there, but they'd be quite big. If you wanted to put them in that big, then you'd have them on this side of the bank, wouldn't you? Because if they're on that side, it's all about perspective, right? Is that a she? Yeah, she's got a hat on. Look, she's quite nice. She's got quite a nice long dress on. There you go. So we've got the dress on like that. We'll just give it a little flick at the back, like that. There you go. So she's definitely walking. Oh yeah, she's got quite a swagger. Nice. Long face. If I was to put her there, right, you've got to remember she wants to be getting into those doors. So she would look pretty strange stood there. Like, what is going on? So you'd have to put her on this side. If this is the water, she's on this side of the canal. Okay? Or you just make little people. Rinky dink. And then they are the right, they work, don't they? Do you see? So that's something. Should we just try a couple? Should we try a couple? Because we want to put them in front of the house. I mean, maybe not where the steps are. Although, well, only because it's easier if you put the head there, isn't it? Look. Use the bit where there's nothing going on. So if you're going to put a person in, how about there? Right? So he's only going to be, so this is the drop off. This is the water here, like there. So if you kept walking, it'd splosh. Okay. So if his head is there and his feet are there, that's where he's going to be now. Just about there. Do you see? Tiny, tiny. So the carrot dictates the size, doesn't he? So we put the carrot in. It's all about the carrot. See? So if that's the carrot, and that's the carrot's head, and that's the carrot's feet, and that's the carrot's hands and arms, there you go. Straight in. Boom. And what about, which way is he going? According to my feet now, he's going that way. So I think he could have a little, is he dragging the child or is the child dragging him? I say the child is dragging him. So tiny little, this is a little carrot, like that. Getting very close to the edge. Maybe a bit further away from, do you see what I'm doing though? It's good, isn't it? I love it. Right, let's have a look. So we've got a little carrot here, little fella, like that, little head. Yeah, he's dragging his dad. Come on, Dad. Right. He looks like he's going to throw himself in the water. He's having a right old tantrum. Look, he's right going for it. There you are. So there's the boy. Like, come on. And the father's like, look, your mother's waiting around the corner. Cut me some slack. There. That's good. Good enough. So you can put a couple of people in. That's that one with a little boy. And then there's a shadow. And then that'll do. A little bit of hair on him as well. It's definitely a dad, that one. Right. Oh, it could be a mum. Give a little hair flick. I haven't decided yet. Right, so there's that one. And then she could have a bag. Should we give her a little basket? There you go, basket, shopping. Yes, that's it. She's just turned into the mother. Okay, she's got a dress now. Isn't it amazing what you can do with a pen, with a pencil? Look, I don't know if you can see what I can see, but that is a mother, and the child is wanting to go in the opposite direction to la mer. Hey? Right, so we've got mum, and we've got the child, and then I think, what about we put one more in a obviously good place? I mean, nobody would know that you did this because you didn't want to rub out all the, that's not part of it. So now we could put one in here, but I think he ought to be walking this way. So I'm going to put a fella in now. So he's a bit taller. So I'm going to make the carrot again. It's all about the carrot, how big the carrot is. Are you enjoying this? There you go. There's his head. Right, his feet. I may have to move the old, the canal wall down a little bit because this is, you know, they're way too close to the water, aren't they? Right, here we go. So he's there too. He's the dad. See, there you go. Right, there you go. So that's him sorted. And now you've done the people. That's lovely. Now you've done the people, bit of shadow, do that afterwards. Then, I tell you what though, we do need to, they're good, aren't they? We'll move this down a bit because they're way too close to the edge. That'd make me nervous. Let's check this one out. That's ridiculous grey. There you go. And straight away, they're not going to fall in the water. I like. Yes, that's definitely where the water is there. That's actually all right, you know. Because then if in a minute, maybe I'll put a couple of tulips there just to bring this over. That might be quite arty. Right, so we've got the people. You cool with that? Bit of shadow. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now, what's the time? 22. Okay. Let's pen one house. Shall we? Let's pen one house. We'll do the one in the middle. Okay. Do the house in the middle. That's the one I stayed in Leiden with Dave. So we'll do the house in the middle, and then we'll have a look at the clogs. Should we end on the clogs? I think so. Yeah. They're not hard. They're not hard. They're big. They're huge. I've got a pair under here to show you. Come on, let's pen the house, and then, because that's the downtime, isn't it? That's when we can chat and chill. 005 or 1. These pens. Where's my pens gone that I was going to show you? Here they are. They're the pens that we use. You can use anything, but these are the ones that we've got if you need them. Right, and I'm using the 01 and the 05. The bigger, fatter ones, they're good for when you're blacking areas out. I use them a lot when I'm blacking areas out, but for the real fine stuff, this will be good now. So I think I will go to the middle one, and I'll tell you what I'm going to use as well, so that I don't, because I've started shading now. Where's my, here it is. Because I've started shading, I need to lean on something. So I'm just going to use my Groovy Guard. You can use a bit of paper, use anything, right? But you want to lean on something, because otherwise, in a minute, the side of my hand will go straight over my windmill while I'm working, and then it will start to get grey. So I want to cover that up really while I'm working. And I'll start at the top. I'm happy with the middle one, and then I'll work my way out. You cool with that? Are you ready to do this? Are you ready to do this thing? Do you know, this is week 11. We're just about to finish up with week 11. That's a lot of doodling, guys, isn't it? Right, have I got the right glasses on? No, I'm putting my Dame Edna's on so I can see what I'm doing. My eyes are really struggling at the moment. Right, that'll do. And now I'm going to start on the inside, and I'm going to do the whole thing not with a ruler. So I used a ruler to make the grid and do all that, but the house itself now I'm just going to use my eye. Turn the artwork to come to you, and let's just start penning one of these houses. Now I want to make this quite symmetrical. That'll do. Ish. In the end, it's such a busy design, you won't see any imperfections. Well, you might. Yeah. You need to step away from your artwork, you know. Step away from it. And then just keep walking backwards until you like it. But stop beating yourself up over any imperfections, okay? It's no good. It's not good for you. Not good for you. I'm going to do one window at a time, though. I'm going to do one window at a time. Down we go. Like that. Rather than do all the top lines and all the bottom lines, I'm going to stick to the windows. Right, and if they're a little bit wobbly, it's okay. It's art. It's not a photo. I mean, if this was the blueprint for a building, we'd have to revisit it, really, wouldn't we? Let's have a look. This will be all right, though. On at 12 o'clock, your Groovy download is going to be available again. This week's Groovy download. So, if you sign up for the newsletter, then that'll automatically get sent to you. So ask Lucy; she'll help you. She'll direct you. See, the Groovy download, they're fabulous little projects. Every Friday at 12 o'clock, we download a project for you. And if you're new to Groovy, if you're starting out your parchment journey, then these are absolutely perfect, because they really are. They're very, very well put together, and they build, you know, they give you lots of tips. There's also a really, and they're free. So, you know, it's a good starting place. And also, when we do them, we make sure that if you buy a plate, you're going to get 4 weeks worth out of that plate. You know, that project goes on, the projects lead on from each other using the same artwork, just with different techniques. So that's quite good, you know. So that's at 12 o'clock. And and if you're sitting here watching, do me a favour and just like, follow and share this video, so that then maybe other people will get to benefit from a bit of doodling. Because it's definitely I find it very therapeutic, don't you? When we were in Leiden, we stayed in this fantastic house like this. It was beautiful. Really, really, like one of the oldest houses. Like, everybody knew this boutique hotel. Beautiful. And our room, we had this lovely room at the front, and it was like, it has about 3 floors like this. This is pretty accurate, actually. And we were in like this room. Let's have a look. We were in this room here, right here, and above us there was somebody else in that room. And in the night, we were there for 3 or 4 nights, because we'd been over to Germany, to Düsseldorf, and done the QVC thing, and then we came here for a bit of downtime to sort of explore Leiden, which is beautiful. And in the night, I thought, what is that? What's the water? I could hear it, and I said to Dave, is it raining? He said, I don't think so. And I said, well, I can hear water like pouring. Okay. So we looked out the window. No rain. It's all pedestrian area. And then I went in the bathroom, and I kid you not, it was like a swimming pool. Right, I padded in the dark, and it was soaked, the floor, like, and it was pouring through these old beautiful beams. It was just peeing through the ceiling, right? And the floor was covered, and it was right. I thought, oh, this isn't good. And it was one of those hotels where there's nobody at the front desk, so there's nobody to go and say, turn the mains off or do something, because upstairs has got a problem. So we had all the towels. We just grabbed everything, and we were just pushing, because they were these really posh, you know, in those houses where instead of having a shower with a basin, they have these wet rooms. You know, I've never been a big fan of those wet rooms, because it's like there's nowhere for the water. There's like an incline, there's a bit of a slope towards the drain, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, and I know why now. And so what had happened was that the water was just all over the floor. So we just kept pushing it with the towels into the wet room. Clearly they had a wet room upstairs as well. Right, shambles. And So we had to wait until the caretaker or whoever turned up. Should we do the people as well? Come on. And it was a holy mess, I tell you. And it turns out that this happens quite a lot. I need the thin one now, the 005. And I thought, well, if that happens quite a lot, the people upstairs, what they'd done is they'd forgotten to turn off their shower. I mean, who gets out of the shower and just leaves it running? I mean, really. And so, of course, it hadn't drained away. Yeah. And it was we had to move. It was a real shambles, really. But they were so sort of laid back about it. I thought, cool, if that was my listed building, I wouldn't be so chuffed. There you go, he's pulling. Give his mum, and he's reaching out for his dad. Oh, Dad, Dad. And there's Dad. These are great, aren't they, these carrot figures? Right, we'll give him a little bit longer trousers. I think his arm looks a little bit extended. Let's give it a bit, make it a bit shorter. Bit of hair on that side, because he's definitely looking at his lad. And then the boy will give him a little bit of a punky hairdo, and the mother's got a bit of a flick. There you go. She's got a little bit of a flick like that. Nice. What do you think? So when you take the pencil away, it will look really cool. And then I think the side of the house, I think that'll do. I could use a ruler too, but I think I'm going to use this just to tie it up. See? Avoiding head. Nice. Look, it's quite cool this, you know. What do you think? It's good, isn't it? Use the pen that's a bit thinner. Use the 005, but that's okay because in a minute we'll do the rest. How's that? We like? Right, now let's have a look. Where's my eraser? What would we do without these, eh? Have we got time to do a clog? Yeah, come on. So then what you do is, you see, when you take all this out, let me just show you quickly. Then, step 1, you pencil it in, right? Step 2, you ink it in. Step 3, you take out the pencil lines. Step 4, you add the shade. That's it. So step 1, draw it. Step 2, pen it. Step 3, erase the pencils in the background. Step 4, add the shadow. Boom. And that is really that's the trick, isn't it? That's all we do. I really like our little fellas. See, I'm gonna enjoy putting a little. You could do a whole fairground, couldn't you, with loads of little people. Maybe next week or the week after, we could see how to sit them on chairs or on a bike. Come on, let's do a clog. You up for a clog? Right, you want to see a clog? You want to see a real live clog? This is a clog. No, this is a pair of clogs. I dug them out this morning just for you. Right, you ready? Check this out. Do my feet look big in these? Look at that clog. And this is brilliant. Look, so this is what happens. You see, so you've got this big wooden clogs. I thought, well, they've got to be really uncomfortable. Yeah. I mean, I've got big feet anyway. I've got a size 8.5. I've got huge feet. So when I put these on, I mean, to be honest, you could sail to Holland in this. Look at the size of it, right? Look, check it out. It's huge. But what you do is, you see, you put these on and then you slide in. When we were we went to Brittany, to Languedic, and we've got some really good friends, Elizabeth and Alain. And I wouldn't be surprised if Elizabeth is doodling along with us. She's very, very artistic, beautiful woman. She was at the wedding with Alain. Anyway, so they have these beautiful gîtes, like beautiful. And we took the design team for a treat, a holiday, all expenses paid, week in Brittany in France. And we stayed in these beautiful thatched cottages, and the irises come out the ceiling. Just glorious, okay? Anyway, you always knew where Alan, the husband was, and actually Elizabeth as well, in which house they were, because there are like 3 different buildings, 3 different front doors. Because outside, what they do is, right, this is so practical, right? So you wear your clog, and you go from house to house, right? But you don't want to wear your outdoor shoes indoors. So what they do is they have this one on their feet, they pad around in their slippers in the house, they leave these outside the door, and then when they come out, they slide back in again. And Alain said, this will last you a lifetime, this bit you have to replace regularly. And so we went to the clog maker, his friend the clog maker, just fantastic. And I got fitted out, because they're made to fit, believe it or not. But they're really practical, and I have used them in the garden as well. It totally makes sense, because you're in the garden. They're really practical, you know. So should we try and draw them? But check out the size of these. I mean, I don't know if they'd work. Huge, but very, very comfortable actually, and very, very practical. Aren't they lovely? Hey, gorgeous. Yeah, Alain and Elizabeth, we were going to go and visit them in April. That didn't happen. We love those people. But you know what? Down the road a little bit, I bet we do. It's not the last time I've seen Elizabeth and Alain, that's for sure. Right, so let's have a look. Clogs. Should we just draw the clogs? And then what you could do is, it's a piece of cake really. Well, I say that. All right. It's hit and miss, hit and hope. There you go, hit and hope. I'll give you a couple of tips. I mean, I didn't know how to draw a clog until about 2 hours ago. It's not like I'm a clog expert. So I sit down and I look, and some of them are a bit ropey and some of them are all right. Okay, so I'll show you what I figured out, and then we'll go from there. Are you all right? Come on. What's the worst that can happen? It's a clog. So have a look. Right, all different ones. See, if you want to put them in the if you want to put them in your in here, then you've got to start thinking size, haven't you? But so the way the clog works, this is the way I found it easy. Like I hit and hoped, but I found this worked best for me. Usually, if you do, have I got an HB yet? Right. So you do the heel first, that bit first. It's just, you know, that sketching thing. You know what I said about just sketch it, and then you can change the shape afterwards. And then you're going to put your foot in, aren't you? So we're doing a real high one. Be a bit of a monkey to get your foot in it, but it's all right. We'll give it a go. Right? We can always change it afterwards. So now it's going to come up over your bridge of your foot. Right? If you've got a high instep, these are not for you. If you've got a high instep, then these shoes are not for you. Right? And then we're going to go down again and then up with the top. Look, see? So you're going to make like a wave. It's almost like a moustache. See? Like that. That's where your foot goes in. Then it goes down. And then the top. And it's round, isn't it? So then what we'll do here is we'll point it, if you want a pointed one. And then we'll come down round like that. Let's see what this looks like. They're quite wooden. Quite wooden. Of course they're wooden. Right. And then there's the... Right. So there's the heel. There's the heel bit. There's the bit round the back of the foot. Then he comes in like that. Right, there's that. And then what we'll do is we'll change the perspective on it, and we'll make it come down like that. Look, watch. So now you're looking at the back of it. See? You're looking at the bottom of it, aren't you? So that goes up like that. There you go. And then it goes tiptoe through the tulips. You could not tiptoe through the tulips with these on, I'm telling you. Right. So there's your clog. Right, there's the bottom bit. And you just fiddle with it until it looks like a clog. And then if you want to get practical, right, look, you don't have to have, you could make slingbacks. Look, if you've got a high instep, you can think of it in your mind's eye. Look, you could come down. You could do one of those. That's easier to get in. If you've got a high instep, get your foot in that easily. See? Still a clog though, isn't it? I bet you can get clogs up. Well, actually, these are, look. If you look at these, look, they're very different to what we're drawing. We're drawing right old touristy clogs, aren't we? Bosh. So you can, should we try one more? Come on. Right, like that. And then we're going to come down where the foot is, give the foot a chance to get in there, and then it's going to be right up. I like them better when they're smaller. I think that's because I've just got huge feet, and I've always been aware of my huge plates of meat. Right, so then we're going to come down like that. Right, nice arty clog, and then it's got a nice slope on this. There you go, nice slope. And then up it goes. And then if you want to make it, that looks nice from the side, doesn't it? If you wanted to draw something, you could draw your tulips on it, decorate it. But you could also change the perspective on it just by go up like that. See? Straight away, it looks like it's, I quite like that. Make it look more pointed. Hey? So there you go. Actually, that'll look good. Yeah, look, now you've got a right pointy old clog. So you could change it totally. Isn't that super? So there's your moustache. There's your heel. Boom. You couldn't get your foot in there easily. It'd have to have like a hinge. Like, you'd have to make a little hinge so you could open it like that. But they look good. I don't know about dressing for comfort with clogs. I guess you get used to it, don't you? Eh? Dressing for comfort with clogs. So there we are. And then what you want to do is make the clogs get smaller and then fit them in a disc, you see? And then I think if we look at our finished picture, right, I'm going to take my clog, because I want to put a clog in, but I'm quite happy with that one, for example. So I think I'll put a clog in there. I may put another clog facing that way, pair of clogs, because you can't just walk around on one clog, can you? Right? So that's about it, really, for Holland. That's about it for Holland. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've loved Holland. Right, I love Holland anyway. And I think we've learned loads. I think this weekend you could have a little practice with the little carrot figures. And yeah, have a practice with some carrot figures, because now we know how to do those. We could weave those into other scenes, couldn't we? Like we could go to Paris, or we could go to New York. Oh yeah, I mean, the world's your oyster, really, isn't it? The world is your oyster. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed today. I certainly have. I want to have a shout out for Elaine Pipe. She's got a lovely little shop near York, right? It's in Market Weighton, and she's opening her doors again soon. Beautiful little craft shop. And so if you're in York, if you're in the north of England, do go and check her shop out. It's brilliant. And I'll finish on a little story, okay? Because Elaine's like, oh no, she's not going to tell that story. I am going to tell that story. Elaine came down here years ago for a retreat, you know, because we do retreats. And the summer retreats, if you've booked up for the summer retreats, just give me another week or so. I've got a plan, okay? I'm working on it. So Elaine, she came down with her friend, and they were staying in a hotel, but it was miles away from where we were actually doing the workshop, okay? So I said, oh, don't take it. It was about 30 quid for a taxi. I said, don't worry about that, Elaine. This is going back to Bob's Your Ankle yesterday. This is all that same thing. So I said, I'll give you a lift. Not a worry. I'll give you a lift to the hotel. You just save that money. Spend it in the shop. So she was in the back of the car. She said to me, she's from up north, so she talks, excuse the accent. She says, she's from up there. And she says, we're trade customers of yours, you know. And I said, are you? I said, what's the name of your shop? She said, Crafty Mormons. And I thought, Crafty Mormons? I said, right, okay, wow. So I carried on driving. Crafty Mormons. And then I said to her, have you got a large community of Mormons in your area then? She said, Crafty Moments. Bob's your ankle, and Fanny's your aunt, and it's Crafty Moments. All right, not Mormons. Crafting Moments. We love Mormons, but it's Crafting Moments. And the shop is in Market Weighton. And when you get there, just say, "Hi, is that Elaine, the Crafty Mormon?" Okay? And she'll know where you come from. She's got a fabulous little shop. She does fantastic workshops. So, yeah, check her out. She's brilliant. And have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be sensible, be safe, be creative. And we'll be back on Monday at 10 o'clock avec les postcards, les cartes postales. Be safe. God bless. Bye-bye now. Oh, and thanks, Lucy. I'll see you in about an hour.